Amber and I am back with the second video for our mental health series. So in today's video I am going to be kind of talking about how it's okay not to be okay. So basically in this series I want to be giving you a load of tips how to deal with mental health issues, how to get through certain things, all sorts of kind of like tips and tricks. But before we get onto any of those, I want to kind of just establish the importance of not being okay and how it's okay not to be okay sometimes. And basically what I mean by that is learning to embrace the negative emotions that you may be going through. In my humble opinion, well I think in anyone's opinion really, sadness and anger and worry and any of those emotions, any bad emotions are just as valid and just as important as good emotions like happiness or excitedness, is that a word? I don't know, all the good feelings. Each feeling is completely equal to one another. Nothing is more important, nothing is less important, nothing is more relevant, nothing is more irrelevant. They're all the same. Some people have this idea in their heads where they feel as though they should never be sad, or they should never be angry, or they should never be in a bad mood. Or some people have the aim to always be happy, never be in a bad mood. And while that would be nice, it would be really unhealthy. When you think about it, why on earth do certain emotions exist if they were never supposed to be felt? So if we were never supposed to feel sad, why does sadness exist? If we were never supposed to feel guilt, why would guilt exist? So my point is that feelings don't exist for no reason. You have feelings, we have feelings in this world because they are meant to be felt. I think another thing that we need to quickly just talk about is the fact that no feeling is unsafe. It's not unsafe to feel scared, or it's not unsafe to feel panicked or anxious or nervous or any of those emotions. It's not unsafe to feel those. They don't feel nice, but it's not putting us in danger. Obviously, you might be thinking, but some feelings can hurt you and some things can go to the extreme. And yes, they do, and it's difficult with that situation because obviously at that point feelings can hurt you. While they might be considered unsafe, the feeling itself is not going to hurt you. As long as you have control of it, it's not going to hurt you. So if you are feeling really bad, really bad, where you feel as though it's unsafe, that's okay. That is okay to feel really bad, as long as you can be like, right, I feel really bad, I feel really scared, but I, like myself, have the power over those feelings. And soon we are going to establish how to kind of get that power over your feelings and begin to control how you feel. Speaking so much, I just always need like a drink with me. So one of my absolute favourite quotes ever, maybe my absolute favourite, is by a man called John Green, and it's in the book In the Fault in Our Stars and obviously the film as well. And that quote is, "Pain demands to be felt." It basically means that pain will not go away until you feel it. It's easy to think that you don't have to feel something. It's easy to think that although sadness is coming your way or you feel really angry, it's easy to be like, you know what, no, I don't want to feel it, I can just avoid it, I can put it in my back pocket, I can distract myself from it, I can just pretend it's not there. You can do that all you like, but that feeling will never really go away until you fully embrace it and fully feel it and accept it and sort it out. Like, bad emotions will keep getting at you and keep eating at you until you pay attention to them. They are attention seekers. Bad emotions are attention seekers, and they just want to be seen and heard, and you need to give them that time of day. I actually promise you this, that if you pay attention to this bad feeling that you're having, it will either become less scary and you're going to get more used to it and more calm about it and less freaked out, or it's going to go away completely. Obviously there's extreme ends to that, and whether that's just a tiny little problem that you don't really want to be thinking about, like homework, if you're stressed about homework and you're like, oh, I don't want to do that, it makes me feel stressed. If you pay attention to it, it'll be okay. And that's not the homework. I mean, pay attention to the homework, but pay attention to the feeling of being stressed. Or there's obviously other ends where you feel extremely depressed and maybe you just think, yeah, I feel really bad about it right now, but I'm going to, just going to ignore it. I'm going to pretend that I'm fine because then it will be fine. It won't be fine. It won't be fine. I basically remember when I was feeling really, really depressed, and it happened several times, and I was so fed up. Like, I was done with it. And it was getting at me, 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 and it just would not stop. And I was completely finished. I was like, I give up. I actually give up. Nope, I'm not trying to be happy anymore. Can't do it. And basically, I did nothing about it. I knew it was there, but I didn't really do anything about it. Knowing that it's there is not enough. You need to do something about it. For me, once I'd had these few days of moping around doing nothing about it, I said to myself, like, right, you're really sad, you're really agitated, you're really frustrated, you're really upset, you're really worried, you're really all over the place. It's tiring, and I just can't go on with that. So I said to myself, right, you have this weekend, you got Saturday and you got Sunday. You are going to spend those days feeling awful, and I'm gonna let you. You know, you are gonna sit and do absolutely nothing. You're gonna lay in bed, you're gonna watch Netflix for like 6 hours, and you're gonna eat like 2 tubs of Ben & Jerry's ice cream, and you're gonna cry your eyes out. And you can do that for 2 days. But then on Monday, I want you to come back. I want you to be, you know, you've accepted your sadness, you've dealt with it your own little way, and you're gonna, you know, like a lot of people say, it's okay not to be okay, but don't stay there. It's okay to take that time to feel really sad, or to feel really depressed, or to feel really angry, but make sure that you make that comeback. And that comeback doesn't have to be, right, for the rest of my life I'm happy. It just means it's another shot. You're trying again, and that is all that matters. It gives you time to recharge your batteries, try and get a bit more motivation going, and that is really, really precious time that I highly suggest you take. Also, you need to kind of think about it in this way, that what even are good days if you don't have bad days? Everybody has bad days. Everybody has bad days, trust me. And without bad days, say that all of your days were good, that wouldn't really make them good. It would just be a boring average day. And then, like, good days wouldn't be a thing. You need to have a really, 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 really bad day to have an amazing day. Another thing is, you are not a failure for feeling bad. Like I said, everyone feels bad. Everyone has bad days. You are nothing less just because you're not feeling okay. I used to beat myself up all the time because I was like, you're supposed to be happy. Why aren't you grateful for the life you have? You're supposed to be happy. What is going on? And I realised that, like, yeah, I am grateful for what I have, and for a lot of the time I am happy, but just because you don't always feel like you have a reason to be unhappy doesn't mean that you're not allowed to be unhappy. We forget that emotions aren't just little things that react into the things that happen in our life. They're actual scientific things. Like, they are genuine things in our brain, like actual things in our brain. And it's not just a reflection of what's going on in your life. You don't need anything amazing in your life to be happy, but similarly, you don't need anything awful in your life to be sad, and that is okay. Another quote that I'm gonna fire at you is, it's both a blessing and a curse to feel something so strongly. I always say, if you're gonna do something, you gotta do it good, you know? Like, if you're gonna feel happy, you wanna be bouncing around, skipping around, doing cartwheels all over the place. If you wanna feel sad, get that ice cream, you know? It's like, do what you need to do. If you want to feel sad, feel sad. If you want to feel depressed, you know, let yourself feel like that, because it's harsh to yourself otherwise. It really is harsh. And it might be scary to face your emotions. You know I avoided a lot of my feelings because I was very scared of them. I didn't know what they meant, and I was confused, and I didn't really want to think about them too much because it was like painful to think about them, because I was like, oh, it's so confusing, I can't work them out. And that's okay. You don't, like, confusion is an emotion in itself. You don't have to know exactly how you feel. You don't need to know, you know, you don't need to know anything to resolve it. But whatever you're feeling, just know that you can work through it, and you can feel it really, 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 really hard. I just wanted to set this off with, if you're not okay, that is okay. It's not unsafe. It's not illegal. It's not bad, it's not embarrassing or something to be ashamed of. there are so many people on this earth that are not okay, and that is okay. Like I said, pain demands to be felt. Forget about being happy 24/7. It's not realistic. Like, sooner or later you will get on top of those emotions if you keep getting at it. I believe in you guys, and obviously, like I said, I'm going to do a ton more videos like this. But anyway, I hope this video helped. I love you guys so much. You know where I am if you need me. Also, guys, make sure you go watch our previous video, which we uploaded tonight, which is the Gargle Challenge, the Vamps edition. It's a funny one. Georgie edited it and I watched it and it was really funny. But anyway, love you guys.